All MAC, all the time for the men of Charlie Coles. The Redhawks are in the heart of the Mid-American Conference schedule. The Miami women make the inside game critical to their success. And home ice leads to back-to-back league wins. All the scoop is next on Miami Magazine. It's all right here, right now.
Welcome to Miami Magazine on the Miami Sports Network from IMG College on ONN. Presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch. Bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton. Bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau. Online at destinationbutlercounty.com. And Koenig Equipment. Nothing runs like a deer. And now your host, Tim Bray.
Rugged and relentless, that's the Mid-American Conference basketball season. And the Redhawks are right in the hunt. We welcome you to Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray. In the next half hour, we're going to talk men's and women's basketball and hockey too. And we're going to start off with the Miami men's basketball team. And with us, the head coach of the Redhawks, Charlie Coles, in Miami at Bowling Green on Saturday, or Sunday, I should say. Lose up there, but you're 2-1 in the league. Coach, evaluate how you are so far after 3 games.
Well, we would like to develop a little bit more consistency, but you know, I think in all leagues, what you try to do is just try to get better every game, and you want to certainly learn from your wins and your losses, but you don't want to dwell on either one too long. Because as you know, you got games coming up.
Sure.
And so the one thing you don't want to do is worry about a game that's in the rearview mirror when you've got a game ahead of you. Yeah. But I think, I'm not going to say we're in good shape, but we did win one road game and we protected home. So now what we've got to do is protect home at all costs and get our victories there. And then, just on the road, play as well as we can, and then just try to get some breaks and go from there.
Yeah, when you look at the road games, they're very difficult, and you get a triple overtime win in Ohio, and you do protect your home court against Buffalo, and then the Bowling Green game 62-53. You got off to a great start at Anderson Arena. Orlando Williams playing pretty well for you right now. Young man, a sophomore out of Princeton High School.
Orlando's doing a good job for us. The thing I'm most pleased about with Orlando is his energy that he has on the floor. It seems to me in watching him that he's a little bit ahead of most of our guys in terms of him trying to play that opponent as tough as he possibly can. And we need that, and we need our guys to rally around that.
Now, one thing you got to do is play defense for you, and I'm sure in his second season he's understanding that part of the game as much as the offensive part of the game.
Yeah, he's getting better at it. And although I will say our team, to date, this team may, I'm not going to say we're the worst defensive team I have in a while, have had in a while, but we're just not getting those small things that we need to get to take our defensive field goal percentage down a little bit.
Yeah, that's such an important stat in college basketball. Let's talk, too, about just how this team has, it looks like they play maybe, 25, 26 minutes, and then you just haven't put together a 40-minute. Now, you did against Ohio because you had to play that extra 15. Yeah. But the question is, can you put together more consistent basketball?
Well, I hope so, and we've done it on 2 occasions this year. We've done it a home game against Xavier and at Ohio University. Even against Buffalo, we kind of had terrible moments out there on the floor where we didn't look very good at all. And we were very, very fortunate in the fact that at the end of the game, our guys rallied and came out, and we were able to win that game. But we need to get, you hit it right on the head, we need to get tougher longer.
Let's talk about Kent State. That's the wrap-up of the Eastern Division. That'll come up on Sunday. Gino Ford always seems to have a pretty good basketball team.
Yes, he does. And Kent State, since '97 has been good. They've been the class of the league, and this year's no different. They always manage to get guys who have experience. Right. And Gino is crying this year about he's got a new team. But guess what, Gino? You have a guard that started at Western Carolina. You have a junior college national player of the year. You had Rodriguez Sherman back for his 5th year.
That's right.
And so, although Gino's a very, very good friend, I'm not believing him one bit when he talks about inexperience. If you take those guys' age, I'll guarantee you they're a lot older than our guys.
That's for sure.
But they're a good team.
Okay.
And Kent's a hard place to play.
That's for sure.
It's very hard to play there.
All right. Well, good luck up there on Sunday. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very, very much.
As head coach Charlie Coles. Stay with us. More Miami Magazine right around the corner.
Among guys, Budweiser has become a kind of currency. Helping a friend move gets you a 6-pack. Up 3 flights? That's more. Dog sitting for the weekend? Well, that depends on the dog. Riding in the middle seat has its own benefits. The last wing is worth 1. The celery's worthless. Flying blind into a double date for your buddy earns you a case. Though, on occasion, you may owe him. So pay up with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Awesome again.
Oh my God, this is really good.
That's why your parties are the best.
You should do this for a living.
He's right. You've always been like the best cook.
Ever thought of going to Le Cordon Bleu?
Seriously, you should.
Yeah, you could train with all those experienced chef instructors.
Yeah.
You're an artist. Go work with other
You
artists.
should call the Cordon Bleu today.
Call right now.
Yeah. Call them.
Seriously.
Do it.
You know you want to.
If you call, you get a complimentary career guide.
Call the Cordon Bleu campus at 1-800-664-0438. 1-800-664-0438.
Pepsi Max, please. Good song.
Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
Let's check the chart with Tim Bray, presented by McCullough Hine Memorial Hospital, a tradition of caring, a new vision of health.
Welcome back to Miami Magazine. I'm Tim Bray. Time to check with head coach Maria Fantanarosa and the Miami women's basketball team as the Redhawks came up with a big win at Akron last Saturday, and they'll head to Northern Illinois coming up on Sunday to start the games against the Western Division. The Eastern Division almost over, and now it's the West before they go back to the East at the end of the year. Coach Maria Fantanarosa is with us, and Coach, you look back on the game against Akron, it was the ebb and flow of that ball game. Akron leads by 5 at the half. You go out to a 20-3 run at the start of the second half, and then you needed every point again. It shows you how difficult it is to win on the road in the MAC.
It is, Tim, and right now there's so much parity in the East that we can't take any team for granted. And I felt like the game, first half, obviously it was close, but I thought it was the first time we had balanced attack. We're a very solid three-point shooting team. Our guards are our strength, but we got big contributions inside from Kirsten Olowinski and from Lillian Pitts that game. And when we're a balanced attack, our confidence level goes up. Second half, a big difference was our defense was sharper. We did a lot of changing up with our defenses, and I thought their focus and staying on the same page was a big part of why we won.
And then you get a big win, big bucket by Rachel Henke at the end, and or her only field goal of the game, but it was timely.
It was, and it was a great executed play, and she was strong enough to finish. And she's 6'1" and does a lot of different things for us, but she scored that over a 5'1" player who was bodying her up. And there was no doubt in my mind that she was going to finish it, but that was a huge basket.
One of the more gratifying games in the last week has been the game against Buffalo. It was a win, but it was also an education for not only your team, but the 1,500 or so elementary kids that came to the game, the class of the court game. Talk a little bit about just what that means to your team and the community.
Well, the class at the court is the partnership with us in the Talawanda district with Bogan, Marshall, and Kramer elementary schools. And the support of Dr. Phil Cagwin, his principals, and the teachers have made this an event. This is the third year we're doing it, and it's an opportunity for us to role model for the elementary schools, and then for that one game to bring them back into Millette. The three pillars that we've been focusing on have been fitness, nutrition, and school climate. And all three of those, we send a lot of messages about those areas to the young students.
Yeah, when you think about that game itself, Lillian Pitts came through for you, Kirsten Olowinski came through for you, scored 90 points, and you needed every one of them. But your inside game is beginning to make it happen.
It really is, and that was a huge game for our tempo. That many points. Obviously, we were disappointed with our defense at the end, but our offense attacked. And once again, as you said, it's the balance of the inside attack. And I think the class at the court and the 1,500 screaming elementary children helped our energy, but it ended up being a big win for us. Buffalo's playing very well.
Yeah, no question. They get a big win against Ohio, at Ohio after that. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Western Division. The East, everybody's been beating up on each other, and now you move to the West come Sunday to play Northern Illinois to start the run against the Western Division teams. What's your impressions of the West? You might have seen a little bit of tape. I'm sure you're concentrating on the East on tape, but what's your impressions of the West?
Well, the West right now I think is very different, a diverse styles. Northern Illinois, who we get next, very defensive oriented, very pack line defense. They are going to pressure us. You look at Toledo, it's a very post-dominant team. They're balanced, but really their inside is their strength. Ball State right now is one of the young teams over there. The other team that you have to deal with is Central Michigan right now. That's probably our most up-tempo, high-pressure, run type of team. So going into the West and with only one time to play them, your scout's important, but you're having different styles of adjustments each game.
All right, well, good luck at Northern Illinois against DeKalb on Sunday.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, that is head coach Maria Fantanarosa and Miami women's basketball. Stay with us. More Miami Magazine on the way.
I'm Eric, and this is my Miami experience. When a faculty member takes interest in me, it feels incredible, actually. Miami's reputation has always been to excel, and Miami has taken myself to the next level.
Miami universities are amongst the most inquisitive students I've ever experienced. They think outside the box, they think of new ideas.
As a freshman, I applied for a University Research Award, which I got, so I'm studying bladder development in mice. And I work both with the mice themselves and with mouse stem cells, which allow us kind of more control over the genes that we're working with.
One of the most amazing projects is the marketing capstone, and that was in London, and that was the most challenging 6 weeks of my life. I'm on the synchronized skating team here at Miami, and it's really neat to see that every individual contributes such a unique characteristic to the whole team.
A world of experiences. The Miami Experience. Miami University.
So glad you're with us on Miami Magazine, and coming up in our next segment, we'll talk Miami hockey with head coach Rico Blasi. But in this segment, we've got the Miami sports calendar for you. But right now, the focus is on Miami women's basketball and Courtney Osborne on Miami All Access, presented by Kroger.
This is Miami All Access, presented by Kroger. Kroger, the exclusive marketplace of the Miami Redhawks. This is Miami All Access, brought to you by Kroger. From the floor here at Millette Hall, I'm Steve Baker, joined by Courtney Osborne from Miami Women's Basketball, one of the outstanding guards on this year's team. And Courtney, from Fishers, Indiana, take us back a couple of years. And what was it that Maria Fantanarosa said to you or on your visit to Miami that brought you here to Oxford, Ohio?
Well, I think first of all it was the campus and the academics and just the reputation that Miami's had, but also
just the friendliness of the coaching staff, and they really made me feel like home here.
You're entering your second season with the Red Hawks. Where do you see yourself being after you graduate from Miami? What would you like to be doing?
Well, I think I'd like to try my hand at coaching a little bit, but if that doesn't work out, I'm planning on using my business degree to maybe open up my own business.
Talk about this year's team, 9-7, and as we're talking, you just got a big win over Buffalo in the Class at the Court game. It had to be a lot of fun playing in front of 1,500 elementary school students in here on Wednesday. Just a loud atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a great game. We love it. We love having thousands of kids screaming, but we also get to teach them about, the nutrition and benefits of fitness, and get to be great role models for them. And I think that's even the biggest part about this game.
That's probably the best thing about the Class at the Court, in addition to the great crowd and great atmosphere, is all of the players go out to the schools and visit with each of the classes and talk to them about nutrition and things.
Yeah, we really get to have a special bond with them, and we're really lucky to be able to go in and do the things that we do. And I think each one of us had our own cheering section just from visiting those schools and getting to know the kids and just being great role models. It's a great game.
Now you're into MAC play, 1-2 in Mid-American Conference play, 9-7 overall. As this early part of the MAC schedule, you guys are on the road almost all the time, it seems like.
Yeah, we've had a lot of great tests already, going to Kent and to Bowling Green. But, we had 2 hard games at the beginning, but we're bounced back, and we got a great win with Buffalo, and we're going to try to keep that going.
Now, this year's team, as you shoot the basketball, so goes this team pretty much. Not only you, but everybody else on the team against Buffalo shot the ball really well. They made it close, but still you had the game pretty much in control most of the way.
Yeah, they came back right at the end, but we didn't lose our composure, and I think that's one thing that's a little different about this team, is that we can finish those close ball games. I think we've proved that over the course of the season so far.
Tough loss last week at Bowling Green. Obviously, I think the class of the East so far. What's it going to take for this team to get over the hump, especially you'll have the advantage of a lot of home games late in the season. What's it going to take to get that MAC East title?
Bowling Green, they're a very great team, and they played very well. But, I think we need to pick up our defense a little bit, and our rebounding needs to get a little bit better. But I think if we keep working, we'll be in it at the end.
Some of your other teammates are playing exceptionally well. Kristen Olowitsky comes to mind. Tell us about her game and what she brings to the team.
She's really stepped up for us, especially yesterday, a double-double, and I think she's had like 6 or 7 on the year, and she's just brought a great inside presence, and she's a strong rebounder for us. Along with Kirsten Olowitsky is Lillian Pitts, and she had a great game yesterday. So we really need those players to step up inside, and they've been stepping up all year.
And you talk about shooting the ball. Maggie Boyer obviously takes a lot of pressure off you in shooting the basketball and gives you an opportunity maybe to score a few extra points.
Oh, yeah, Maggie's stepped up this year as well, and she's playing really well, along with all the other guards. If you look at our guards, I think we have 6 or 7 people averaging more than 8 points, and we shoot the ball very well, and it's really hard to guard us.
Well, Courtney, we wish you the best of luck throughout this season. It's been exciting so far. I know the fans at Millette are going to see a lot of great basketball this season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Courtney Osborne from Fishers, Indiana. Again, get out and see the Red Hawks as they take the floor this season here at Millette Hall. I'm Steve Baker, and that's this Miami All Access. Thank you for watching Miami All Access, presented by the exclusive marketplace of the Red Hawks, Kroger. For digital coupons and more, check out Kroger.com. Welcome to the City Barbecue Sports Update. For your next event or tailgate party, serve authentic hickory smoked barbecue. City Barbecue offers full-service catering or delivery and setup for groups of 25 to 5,000. Choose from pulled pork, beef brisket, ribs, and our homemade sides. Call City Barbecue Catering at 513-490-2506 or visit citybbq.com.
So how you liking the taste of that Diet Mountain Dew?
It's great. Unexpected. In fact, since I've been drinking it, I went and got this.
Whoa. I know what you mean.
Since I tasted it, I went and got this.
Taste of Diet Mountain Dew is a powerful thing. Diet tastes better on the mountain.
You don't have to be a world-class athlete to receive world-class care. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, the Tri-State's most trusted orthopedic practice for more than 30 years, featuring specialty care in sports medicine and comprehensive orthopedic needs. Plus, 3 after-hours walk-in clinics to fit your busy schedule. Wellington Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, with 7 convenient locations to serve you.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Hi, I'm Tom Brenneman for CBTS. Does your technology room look like this? If so, it could put your business at risk. Make CBTS your data center provider of choice. By locating your technology in one of CBTS's premier facilities, you gain a secure environment with power and network. For an affordable monthly fee, start protecting your business today. Call 513-841-6800. CBTS, data centers for business.
Now it's time for the game plan, delivered by CBTS, Technology Solutions for Business.
Time to turn our attention as we welcome you back to Miami Magazine to hockey. And last weekend, a big sweep of Bowling Green at home. Now the Redhawks hit the road for a couple at Michigan State and East Lansing. It's a pleasure to welcome in head coach Rico Blasi. And Coach, a big weekend last weekend, a couple of big wins, much needed wins.
Well, much needed wins for sure. I thought our mentality and our approach from the beginning of the week really started to shift a little bit more of a, I want to say desperation and urgency, but very business-like approach, and I thought we showed that on the weekend.
I know you sat here last week and we talked about cleaning up your own house. How successful were you?
Well, obviously 2 wins, so
That's right.
we must be doing something right. But I think, Saturday night we started to see some things. Some guys were starting to fight, fight the puck and fight to make plays and not playing with a whole lot of confidence. And the only way to, to go through that and to get out of it is to actually just fight it and go through it. And but Saturday night, towards the end of the third period, I started to see guys starting to make confident plays, starting to make team plays, and that was a real good sign. I think we're really starting to get out of it now, and once a team starts to play with confidence and free-flowing, if you will, good things are going to happen.
Well, we talk a lot about guys that are just simply the veterans of this team, and one of them came through for you big time over the weekend, and Andy Mealy.
Well, he really started it on Friday. He was all over the place and did a great job in creating some scoring chances, and really boosted our team right from the get-go. And but I would say that all of our guys in the lineup played their role in the way we wanted them to play all weekend.
Yeah, you look at your goaltending and you think about 30 saves, a season high for Cody Reichert, and you've played with 2 goalies all year long. That's the plan. That's the way Miami plays. But Cody really was he had a strong effort on Saturday night and made things happen for you to make sure you got that win.
Well, it's the first weekend this year that we've gone with just one goaltender and Cody, and it was a decision that we had made and early in the week, and we stuck to the plan, and Cody didn't let us down. He played really well for us, made some big saves early Saturday night when we needed him. I thought Mealy, Riley Smith, and Trent Vogelhuber took over the game in the first period, and then I thought we played a real good team game from that point on.
Well, now you go on the road at Michigan State, and a team that really hasn't scored a lot of points this year, but it's not about Michigan State. I gather it's about Miami.
Well, at this point in the season, it's all about us, and we have to play at our level and execute our game plan. And we'll make adjustments from period to period, but at the end of the day, it's our execution and the way we want to play that will eventually dictate the outcome of the game. And we've always been a staff about process and game plan and making sure that you're accountable for yourself and then for your teammates. So we'll continue to do that. And these are big weekends coming up, starting with Michigan State and then on the road again to Notre Dame and then home against Michigan. So it's a tough battle, but we're right there in the thick of things, and we really got to show up and see what we can do.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because the prize is attainable. You're only 5 out, and you're playing all the teams that are right there in contention in the CCHA.
Well, we are, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we haven't played our best hockey yet, so if we can put a string of wins together, I think we'll be right there at the end. And we're defending champions, so I think there's a little bit of pride going on in our locker room as well.
Well, and then from a coaching perspective, you wouldn't want it any other way, would you? I mean, you got to go up against the best. You want a game plan against the best, and then you got to go out and execute against the best.
Well, it's a little bit different than we've been in the last few years. We've either been ahead of the game and ahead of everybody by 10 or 15 points at this time of the year, and we're just trying to motivate the guys to get through it. And now we're right, we're a little bit behind. We got to fight for first place. We got to fight for the national tournament. So you have to really prepare your best to compete at your best on the weekend. So I think this is a good thing for our veteran team, something to look forward to, something to make sure that we don't let slip away. And again, something that we haven't really grown accustomed to over the last 3 years, for that matter. So I think it's a good thing.
All right. Well, good luck over the weekend at Michigan State. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. That is head coach Rico Blasi, and that's going to do it for this edition of Miami Magazine. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
This has been Miami Magazine, presented by Dickerson Distributing and Anheuser-Busch, bringing you Bud Light. G&J Pepsi-Cola Bottler of Hamilton, bringing you Pepsi. Butler County Visitors Bureau, online at destinationbutlercounty.com. And Koenig Equipment, nothing runs like a deer. Miami Magazine is a presentation of the Miami Sports Network from IMG College.